Indie Filmmaking with Aaron Carlson, a CCC Studios production. Let's fucking go.
What is happening, y'all? Good afternoon. January 28th, it's almost 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and welcome to Indie Filmmaking Live. With me, hi. Oh my God, you guys. I always meant to do these on Tuesdays, but yesterday I was playing catch up. Filmed some stuff this weekend. Didn't get a lot of sleep on Sunday night. Monday, I was a piece of shit. Tuesday, I was trying to make catch up, and I didn't get to this, so here I am today. But I think it all comes around for a reason. So today I feel great. I was working on some editing, and I got an idea, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do an indie filmmaking. So here I am. So I wanted to discuss something I think is really important for filmmakers out there. And it's nothing vital. And one thing I've learned in this process of filmmaking over the last 20 plus years is being flexible in a lot of ways. A lot of people get stuck on being a director or writer or producer, and they have their own way of doing stuff. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you allow your own personal feelings and goals to get in the way of collaborating with everybody, I think you're missing something. So that's kind of leading into this. So let me backtrack. And we'll backtrack a minute and give people a chance to jump on if they want. Going back, when I first started filmmaking, long time ago. What's up, Russell? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you had a good weekend and stuff, Joe. Welcome to Wednesday, by the way. I'm a little late on my live, so good to see you, though, man. Going back 20 plus years. First time I picked up a camera to make a movie. Now, I picked up cameras a lot when I was a kid, growing up, trying to figure out like stuff with them because I was interested in them, but I was always interested in filmmaking. I started to just kind of dive in when I saw Windows Movie Maker was on my fucking computer, a laptop I got, and I'm like, oh shit, you can make a movie. So I tried to figure out how to do it, and then once I kind of got a grasp on how the whole thing worked, I grabbed a camera, grabbed my kids, and we were going to make a movie. So here's the thing. I didn't write any scripts for the longest time. I had no idea how to do that. I had written novels and back in the day in the 90s. I wrote 2, in fact. And I realized, I'm going to make these movies and try some stuff with the kids and have some fun and see if we can make this thing work, because I thought it'd be hilarious for all of us to watch ourselves on screen. So I went in and I just would take an idea I had, like a story idea with a certain amount of characters, and then my kids could play those characters, and then I'd go in and just make bullet points. Like, okay, we got to get from this point to this point to this point to this point, and then I'd have little ideas for what they could say. Here's a joke you need to say, or here's this line you get to say, and blah, 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 blah. So long story short, there was never a script to follow. I would allow my kids to kind of come up with it in the moment, right? And just turn the camera on, action. And then they would just do this stuff. And I made movies that way for 2 years. And they're some of the funniest and most creative things to this day when I go back and watch them. Now they're shitty. They're not well made. But the point is that I gave flexibility to my kids so they didn't stress out, and they would just go in and have fun with it. And they would follow my instructions to try to get certain lines out that I hoped that they would get. And they'd work their way to that line, say the line, and then make a joke out of it, and then move on, and then we'd cut. It was beautiful. It was so fun. Some of the best work I've ever done. It was hilarious. Russell says, you went back to the future. That's why it's Wednesdays. Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah, I did. Anyway, that's when I learned about improv, and I really started to take it seriously, where, you don't go in with anything other than an idea and you just roll with it. So I kind of kept that mentality for years until about 2015 15 or 16, I think it was, and I wrote a script. And then I went out with some friends of ours because we weren't really working with real actors at that point. We didn't have those connections or even understand that there were people out there that were willing to do it. So we had friends that jumped on board, and we made this movie, The Con. And I wrote a whole screenplay for this thing. And then when we were on set, I had started to see that not everything I wrote was perfect, and some people had better ideas than what I put on paper. And I let them do it. And a majority of the time it worked. Sometimes it didn't. One time was one of my worst times on set because I let people do something that I didn't like, and I don't know why I did that. But that was the process of learning. And long story short, I fell in love with that concept of allowing the actors the power to own their character and then create the character based off of the foundational script that I wrote. Sometimes things come out of that improv that are better than the idea I had or what I wrote on paper, and sometimes they're not. But I'm going to tell you what, a majority of the time they are actually better. And the cool thing about it is that it feels more real. It's coming from them authentically, which allows the film on an indie level the actors look like they're not acting anymore because they're really not. It's theirs, right? So I've kind of leaned into that as we continued on in our filmmaking, from The Outrider all the way until now. I write scripts now. I try to make them the best I can, but I'm never stuck on them, and I'm never actually pushing someone to do what I have on paper. I don't like that process personally. I think it hinders the actors to be able to express themselves, to allow them to share their talents. And I think it also kind of puts you in a box in a way where you're kind of have to go on this linear path where sometimes if you just kind of open up the barn doors, you've got more options for you. And if you're not open to that concept, you can lose out on some potentially great moments in a story that you created and yet you collaborated with others with to make it better. Make sense? So as a writer, I don't really do anything more than one draft. I write my story the best I can, and that's it. After that, I let it be. I don't go out and write draft 3, 4, 5, 12, 15, 18. I don't do that. I think it's a waste of time. However, let me say this for sure, that just because, I do it that way doesn't mean that the other way doesn't work. And I want to make that clear. Some people can write hella good and they can make scripts that are fucking brilliant. And if you want your actors to stick to the lines that you put on paper to tell the exact story that you wrote because you put that time and effort in, God bless you, do it. That's not wrong. In fact, a lot of them work really well, right? I'm telling you that for me as a writer, I don't invest that much time in my screenplays, that I actually don't worry about it, but I want to get my idea and my story on paper to the best of my ability in an efficient amount of time, and then let everybody else kind of just flow with it and bring it to life. And if they like what's on paper, great. If they don't, they have better ideas, how to see something or how to act it out, or even change certain things to get to point A to point B, I'm fine with that. And in fact, it invests everybody's interest better. Their talents are now a part of it more. And like I always say, once they start changing stuff, it's not on me if it doesn't work. It's all of us that fucked it up. And that's how I kind of look at it. But I'm going to tell you guys that allowing your actors freedom on set to change or alter some of the things you wrote in the screenplay, it's a beautiful thing. This last weekend, we jumped into the proof of concept film that I had an idea for, and I want to make short films as proofs because I'm not a short film kind of guy. I like features. But I don't want to sit around and not allow myself to pick up a camera and keep learning with this thing because I'm not the best camera guy. I don't understand all the aspects of a camera, but I know how to block a shot. I know how to see a shot. And I want to keep practicing that because I feel like sometimes I like what I shot, and I get a lot of compliments on the things I shoot. So I want to keep my shit quick, if that makes sense. So short films is a great way to do that. Also, it keeps me writing, and I do have a lot of ideas for feature films that I want to make down the road, but I don't know which ones will resonate with an audience. So, okay, let's make some short films from some of the best ideas I think I have, or at least the ones I'm most excited about, and see if those short films actually pull in an audience or get somebody's attention or makes them laugh or scares them or whatever it is that we're doing. And if I see a lot of people liking a certain short, that might be a feature film that's worth investing in. And that's how I've kind of run in this year. We do have The Stranger that's coming. That's a big process that I've got running too. Steve's got a movie that we might jump into. We've got Ira Katza's script that we might jump into too. So we've got a lot of options for features. Sam's getting ready to do possibly another documentary. We've got that too. So there's stuff we're doing. But, as far as me and what I create on my own, this is my thing, the short film. I'm not asking Steve for help. I'm not asking Kelvin or Sam for help. If they want to help, great. But this is what I'm doing with you guys out there that are part of CCC's team as well. The actors, the crew that's worked with us with everything. I'm reaching out to you guys and, hey, you like this? You want to help me make it? Boom, we go out and film something. So we did that on Sunday. We got to go out with a great group of people. And I had a foundational script, about 12 pages that I wrote. I'll tell you right now that the 12 pages I wrote, I did that within a few hours. Didn't take a lot of time to put it on paper, the ideas I had. But as soon as I was done with it and I read it a few times, I started to get better ideas. And instead of rewriting the script for another draft, let's say, I started to just make alterations on the script. Hey, make sure to say this, make sure to add this, make sure to do this, make sure to do that. And that was my working script when I went on set. So then when I got with the actors, I would start pitching these ideas in the moment, live, while we're on set right there. It's a short film. We had time. And I started to tell people, remember, you don't have to do this verbatim. Go, do you, get the idea I'm going for, right? Yeah, Aaron, we got it. Okay, cool. Play with it. Have fun. Add stuff. Anything you want. Just go. Just roll it. Let's roll cameras. Let's roll audio. Go. I'm going to tell you something. Not only did it work, it's so much better than what I originally wrote. Okay. And even the ideas that I implemented as the writer and director on set, when I pitched it to people on set, these actors just absorbed it and they were like fucking laughing. I love the idea. I'm like, okay, cool. So not only did I get to implement more of my ideas, but we got to implement some of theirs. So we all kind of just did this thing. Then we had a script and we followed it, but we added to it in the moment. And I'm telling you, it's so much better than what is on that fucking paper. I didn't do a rewrite. I rewrote it on set. And I allowed my actors to have fun with it and bring themselves into the film the way they wanted to bring themselves into the film. Their interpretation of what I wrote, the character that they wanted to create, the vibe, the energy, all of it was theirs. I didn't tell them how to behave. I gave them an idea of the character I had in mind, and I let them go with it from there. And sometimes it fucking works. It just fucking works. I'm telling you, it really does. Russell says, is there a trailer for The Stranger? There is a little teaser that I have up on YouTube right now, and it's on social media as well. It's nothing other than a proof for what we're making. A Stranger will start something soon. Hopefully within the next few months, we'll get a good original teaser out, because we're planning on shooting something for it that's going to help us market the thing. So, but check it out, Russell. We do have a teaser on there as well. Anyway, guys, that's kind of something I wanted to see where everybody else was at as a filmmaker, writer, etc. How do you guys manage yourselves on set? Are you flexible? Are you able to allow others to do certain things they want to bring to the table and give them that authority to do so? Are they empowered to create? Do you have to do what you wrote? Are you that confident? I mean, don't get me wrong. We all love what we write, right? We all do. We all think it's the shit. But is it? Who's the judge? You? A little biased, maybe? I know I have been. At times. Sometimes I let it go, though. And when you let stuff like that go, I think you can actually improve the creative process. I think that the more minds, the better. Yeah, I think I know my story, yeah, but I don't know the honestly the best way to tell it every time. I know the vibe I'm looking for. I know the energy I'm looking for. I know the characters. I know A to Z. But how to get to A to Z is the key, and with others implementing their skills, their craft, their knowledge, and their talents, it's gonna be better. And maybe a lot of people worry about how much time it's gonna take to come across and do those things and implement those ideas on set. And maybe that's why people don't do it. But here we are in indie filmmaking world. Um, a lot of the times it's a zero budget thing you're doing, or sometimes you have a little money, but you still have the time. You don't have a studio breathing down your neck. And as long as you're communicating with all your actors and cast and crew, you should be fine. A lot of people will work with you on stuff. They don't mind coming out another day if they can have the opportunity to maybe, take some time to ingest this piece that you made and make it more their own. And you're allowing them to show off their skills in a different manner that's more theirs than yours, and still, go hand in hand with what you wrote. It's doable. I've done it. I do it all the time. Our sets are built that way. That's what we encourage, that kind of thing on set. We're not stuck. We're flexible. And I'm really proud of everybody out there that encourages that kind of thing. And I'm also very proud of our team for allowing that to happen, because I know that I have let that go a long time ago. And I know Steve's a great writer, but Steve is even open to changes like that. And he doesn't get mad. He doesn't care. And in fact, sometimes even the stuff that he's written, as good as a writer as Steve is, an actor will come in and change some of his dialogue and make it more their own. He's like, perfect. That's great. You know what I mean? Not a big deal. It really isn't. It's not the only way to do it. Don't get me wrong. Some of you guys out there can write your asses off, and you really want them to do what you have on paper. It's totally fine. That's an actor's job. That's what they're supposed to do. But there's a sense of excitement when an actor is allowed to have a little more freedom with some of the dialogue, especially, and make it more their own, and really gives them an opportunity to open up in a creative way. And since it's their idea, they don't want to let you down, so they're gonna fucking bring it, right? And then you're gonna see a side of them you haven't seen before, and you're like, holy shit, you're better than that audition, or whatever way you know them from, right? Because they got just piqued by the opportunity, so they gotta deliver, right? They do. And I'm gonna tell you, most of the time they fucking do. I will guarantee you guys that. It's a beautiful thing to see. And it makes it so much more exciting and so much more fun. And I'm telling you, if I'm holding the camera and I'm filming these guys and I see something I didn't write and it's hilarious, you know how hard it is for me not to fucking laugh? It's so good. It's so good. This last weekend was proof of that. There were so many improvisational things that we did and hit it that I couldn't be more happy about. Our cast, we had Raymond Power, we had Giovanni Vasquez, we had Bill Reed, we had Logan Cannon, Heath Martin, Dave Schechter, Sheldon Black, Aaron Focus was out there. Sine was out there. Who else was out there with us? God damn it, I don't want to forget everybody. We just had a great time. Okay. And every one of these guys, they brought a level of fun to set. And the freedom that we allowed them to have with the characters that we're portraying, dude, it was great. Shane Saw, he's another one that was out there. We just had a great time. And it's a 2-day shoot, right? We got one down. Now we got one more to do. We're going to shoot that on the 7th. And now that everybody shot this and feels the vibe, they're all stoked to come out and finish this movie. We got the beginning and we got the ending done. Now we just got to fill in the middle. And it's really cool, guys. It's really cool to see them open up, have fun with the story, with their characters, really grab on and just hold on to the excitement for the vibe that we're trying to get out on screen in this short to see if it would work, if people like it. and to bring their magic. I don't know. I get emotional about it sometimes because I think not a lot of us get to express ourselves the way we want to. You know, there's a lot of things that hold us back on this planet. You know, we're afraid to say this or say that in this world for whatever reasons now. And I think filmmaking gives us an opportunity to not feel that way. So to me, I think it's important to allow others to bring their spice to the table and season this thing the way they want, and be grateful that they are, and have that freedom to be able to do that for you, for an idea that you came up with in your head. I'm not the type of guy that's going to hinder someone's ability to create. I want them to aspire to be a part of it. And I think it's an important key to all this stuff, especially on this indie level where, you know, most of us don't get paid for what we're doing. We're creating the best things we can with what we got. So to hinder anybody's ability to open up and allow them that voice to perform is, in my opinion, guys, not the right way to do it. However, I'm never going to say that the other way doesn't work or is wrong. It's not. I just hope that you guys all try it, well, at least one time. Allow your actors to just let them go and do their thing. You'd be surprised of how well they'll create something for you that you didn't even fucking know. And it's really fucking cool. Shane, what's up, man? Shane says, I had so much fun on set with everyone. Hit It is going to be so good. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a fun little proof, isn't it? It's a good little piece of fun. I haven't had that much fun without stress on set in a very long time. Just hanging out with you guys. It was great. Absolutely great. And you guys absolutely killed it. 100%. Just killed it. All right. So what kind of filmmaker are you? What kind of writer are you? Are you the type of person that would be willing to allow someone, one of your actors, to take over and own their character, empower them to do it? Without you getting butthurt about the words you wrote on paper not being said exactly like you said or wrote them? Is that something you're able to do? I'm really curious. Because to me, it seems pretty easy. In fact, I feel better when they do that. I don't feel the stress of, hopefully this works. I really don't. They take that from me because now I know that if they're excited and they're like-minded and then they try stuff and I like it, we've already collaborated. We've already connected. And that means others might too. And if others might too, then that means we get views. And we might get reviews, and we might get likes, and we might get shares. And then those things kind of just multiply, right? But if you put all your eggs in one basket in your script and what you wrote, specifically what you wrote, word for word, verbatim, you're betting on yourself quite a bit. And sometimes, I don't know, I believe in myself, but goddamn. I know that these guys out here that are my actors and my crew have a hell of a lot of good ideas, or I wouldn't be working with them in the first place. I wouldn't have asked them to help me. I know how creative they are. I put my trust in them to help me make it better. And they every time they do. Every fucking time they do. Our movies are set differently from other indie films, especially on the level we're on. You know, we don't have a lot of money back in our films. Yeah, you can see indie films out there $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 or more. And I promise you, our movies can compete with them. For the most part, they can compete. They may not look perfect, but they're right there. We're doing it on zero to minimal budgets. Even Voorhees, that's coming out here, the Nightmares film we got coming, you know, $25,000. It's not going to look like a $25,000 movie, guys. It's going to look more like a $500,000 movie. I promise you that. And the story and the action and the gore and the adventure is all there. It's there. People are going to shit their pants when they see this movie. I'm telling you, it's better than what it would seem like it would be for that amount of money. And even the short film we're doing right now, I'm just cutting it today. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is amazing. cast and crew. These guys are amazing. This is a great little proof. I get about 7 minutes of a cut already. It's absolutely hilariously fun. It's great. It's fucking great. I've seen people make a short film for $20,000, and it's nowhere near as good. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to show you, guys, it can be done with nothing. With nothing. Always. You surround yourself with the right people. You give them the platform to perform and show off their talents and to be a part of it. You will earn the respect from them. You will then respect them back. And that platform that you guys are on will keep rising. And your products that you make, your films that you make, will only get better every time. You do it together. Don't forget that shit. It's one of the biggest pieces of this puzzle. I think a lot of people are overlooking. Russell says, can't wait for Jason Voorhees Nightmares. Man, it's coming. I think we're looking at April at the latest. April or before. It's coming, Russell. And I can't wait for you to see it, bro. I'm so proud of this fucking movie. And you guys are all going to have a blast. If you've been following the Horrorverse, you're going to fucking love this thing. I wish every movie could have been as big as this one. But that's okay. We didn't have the funds. We weren't there yet. But we still created a series of films that I'm super proud of. And you guys are going to fucking love it when you see it. You're going to fucking love it. Yeah. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Anyway, okay. So that's about it. Don't get stuck. Okay? Get them feet out of the fucking mud. Start floating above all that shit. You know, just glide. Use your power. Just glide over it all. And try stuff. You know, and if you really are a filmmaker out there or a writer who is really particular about their words being said the way you wrote them, you know, do your thing, and I'm sure the films are going to be great. I promise you that. They would be great. You get the right actors in there, they're going to kick ass. That's their job, right? That's what they do. They can make those words come to life no matter what. But I've seen that side of it, and I've also seen the side where I allow them to play. And when you play, there's a different energy every time. And I would encourage you to at least try it, at least a couple times, to see if the acting crew that you have has that ability. Not every actor has it, but a lot of them do. And if you allow that freedom every once in a while, maybe you shoot your scene the way you want it. And then you go, okay, let's do another one. You guys just do your thing. Have fun. You know, take a minute. Give them that opportunity, because you'd be surprised how great it can be. And you didn't have anything to do with it. You know, and it's really fucking cool, guys. It's so cool. Russell, loved all the Horrorverse. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. You're gonna be very happy with the finale, Russell. I can't wait to show you. I really can't. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm gonna try to keep it. I'll show. Anyway, guys, that's about it today. That's all I wanted to talk about. Indie Filmmaking Live. Try to do these weekly. Sorry I was late today, but that's okay. We got it out. Don't be stuck. Consider opening up and allowing some of the talent around you to take ownership of what they do. And that doesn't just mean actors too. You know, gaffers, you know, sound people, you know, let them experiment with some things. Let them do their stuff, do their thing, make it happen. It's important. And yeah, I think that's about it. We've got an Around the Reel episode coming out tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be right here live on Facebook and YouTube. Tonight's guest is Logan Camp. Don't miss that guy. He's actually acting with us in our newest short film that's going to be out here before March. And he's a part of the Horrorverse as well. And he's just a great dude, great actor. So Logan Camp, he's on tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Facebook and YouTube for Around the Reel podcast. Indie Filmmaking Live will be back next week. We've got The Stranger in the midst. That's just starting its biggest push now for some funding. We're going to be updating everybody on that and scheduling as we go. And Jason Voorhees Nightmares. We are going to be releasing that in April. Don't have a definite date in April, but it will be in April or sooner. So be on the lookout for that. Super excited to share that film with you guys. And then the Horrorverse saga. Very proud of it. And a lot of people are. So anyway, that's about it, guys. We will see you later, and thank you for listening to me babble on Indie Filmmaking Live.
Indie Filmmaking with Aaron Carlson, a CCC Studios production. Let's fucking go.